Ramadan is prescribed for Muslims by Allah as a time for sober reflection, a time to seek the face of Allah in prayers. To help Muslims understand the significance of the holy month, lectures are usually organized. The Ramadan lecture organized by the Ministry of Education was therefore apt, as guest speakers spoke extensively on various topics.
وإيتاء الزكاة وصوم رمضان وحج البيت لمن استطاع إليه سبيلا. Meaning, Islam is built on 5 pillars, testifying that there is no other lesser gods that are to be worshipped except Allah, and that Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, is the messenger and the prophet of Allah. And after that, you have observing the prayers, giving in charity, zakat, fasting in the month of Ramadan, going on Hajj for those who have the means and the will.
There were Quranic and quiz competition by students.
Bismillah, 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 au nom d'Allah. Bismillah, Bismillah, in the name of Allah. I wake up every morning, say God is the unique. I'm hungry, I wash my hands, but before say Bismillah. I wake up every morning, say God is the unique. I'm hungry.
I want to appreciate the Lagos State government. The state government is very, very much committed to the growth and development of our children, and their education is very, 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 very paramount to the state government. We have our Jumat service especially for the children. We are celebrating them. We are thanking God for the children, because children are special gifts from Almighty Allah, and part of our commitment to the children is this celebration that we are having for them today.
The program is really encouraging students to do better in their studies. And what I've learned is that we should continue to do better, that children too are supposed to be celebrated. They are not only adults, like now they do workers' day and so on. That children too also need to be celebrated.
It really motivates young ones so that they could learn more about Quranic competition and so on. And they should always face their studies in everything that they are doing. It also motivates the young ones that nobody is a loser, everybody is a winner. Everybody can participate in anything. The advice for the parents is that they should try in as much as possible to enroll their child to a school. Even though they don't have enough money, they should enroll their child to a public school.
It's a program that really attracts student attention and tells them more on how they can focus on their education and not to get distracted, because of distraction, what is happening now is a distraction, which is what it is just for a period of time. But once you are focused on education now, your future will actually be bright.
In Lagos Education District 1, Muslim faithful in the district came together to get enlightened by the lecture delivered by the guest speaker.
The Holy Prophet Muhammad says, and I quote, Tadawaw, ya ibadallah, fa inna Allah la yada'a da'an illa wada'a lahu dawa'ahu aw kama qala. O servants of Allah, use medicine, take medicine if you are sick, for there is no disease without medication. Now, from Islamic perspective, drug abuse is any form of intoxicant. The technical term for it in Islam is al-khamr. All the categories of hard drugs are prohibited in Islam.
Students showcased their talents by reading the Holy Quran and reciting Islamic poems. The goodwill messages were delivered and special prayers offered.
تلاها كلا إنها تذكرة فمن شاء ذكره
وما صاحبكم بمجنون ولقد رآه بالأفق المبين
بسم الله نور الله بسم الله بسم الله in the name.
Àwọn ọmọ tó máa ti fi sí ìka wa ní ilé ìwé wa, àwọn ọmọ wa ni olú ọmọdé ní Ọlọ́run tì sí wa sí ní education district 1. Ìdí ní tó jẹ́ pé ẹni ọmọ tó bá mú wá sọ́dọ̀ wa, àwa máa fi ara balẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n Ọlọ́run láti wo ohun tí Ọlọ́run fi sí inú ìkọ̀ọ̀kan nínú yín láti bù ú yọ to maximize your potentials. That is why a lecture like this is very apt.
In Education District 3, the topic for the Ramadan lecture was social media and the adolescents, the Islamic perspectives.
We hear breaking news, reports of what is happening immediately in the world, and we are going to be watching it right here in our own country. So it has brought the whole world to the feet of everybody. It has made the whole world to become a global village. However, in spite of all these benefits, we still discover that there are other sides of the social media. Number one, overusing your time on the social media to the detriment of your studies.
Guest speakers and other dignitaries present were of the opinion that all hands must be on deck to guide the use of social media by the youths.
The Ramadan lecture is an annual event in Education District 3. We have to celebrate the month of Ramadan, and we also use it to talk to our children, and that's why we're having the lecture today. We have advised them to make use of social media in a positive manner. If they use it in a positive manner, it will enhance their growth educationally.
We want them to have the fear of God, and at the same time we have told them the positive aspects of social media and the negative aspects.
As we round up Ramadan, my advice is that all the teachings of this period, they should continue to live with it, they should continue to grow with it, so that they can be better off as a Muslim and as a good citizen of this country.
Islamic quiz competition was organized for pupils in the district.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tabbat yada billahi wa tamma fa'adina alihi wa muqtasab.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amma yatasaalun.
Allah, Bismillah, 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 Nur Allah, Bismillah, Bismillah, in the name of Allah.
At the 14th annual Ramadan lecture organized by the Lagos Education District 4, speakers analyzed the various topics such as the relevance of youths to Islam and prevalent social vices among youth.
The Quran says, وَلَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ بَعْدَ إِصْلَاحِهَا. Do not spoil what has been repaired. It is a commandment, wallah. Once you hear wallah, do not. Okay? So if you are in one way or the other involved in such, it is a social vice. Desist from it.
You have to determine on what you want to become. The best teacher is your parents. You listen to your parents, your father, your mother, then the third is the teachers. If you take these three things into consideration, you will never go astray.
Its relevance is based on the injunction of Allah that purposely we need to educate ourselves on how to get closer to Allah. It is also organized for us to bring the school children into the fold of Allah, bring their hearts to what Allah enjoins every human being to do.
Human being has about 4 or 5 stages in life. The childhood stage, the youthful stage, the maturity stage, and the old age. So it is that age after childhood and before the adulthood that you can actually inculcate whatever you want to inculcate into these children. So by the time they grow up with those things, those qualities, like Allah told us, you must enjoy righteousness, uprightness. But you cannot enjoy righteousness if you are not righteous yourself.
By obeying Almighty Allah based on what He has told us to do and not to do in the Quran, this can give us a way out and improve us in terms of our development as human beings and as a society at large.
Ramadan is a month that Allah has given us, as has been said in Surah Al-Baqarah, which goes thus: يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. That He has made fasting in the month of Ramadan compulsory for you Muslims, as He has made it compulsory for those who came before you, so that you can be pious. So briefly, Ramadan teaches us piety and good character.
The Ramadan lecture organized by Education District 5 was also educating, as students of the district were advised to uphold the principles of Islam. The Tutor General, Permanent Secretary of Education District 5, Mrs. Anika Adekoye, and other guest speakers, while speaking on the menace of thuggery and hooliganism, the Islamic preventive strategies, urged the students to remain focused, disciplined, and law-abiding.
It's about who is a believer. As a believer, we want to see you demonstrating virtues and not vices among all the principals, the vice principals, the teachers, students, even the parents. Even after Ramadan, there is need for us to behave very well and exhibit something that will show that truly we are believers.
There are certain traits we have to see in a person who claims to believe in God. Such a person must radiate the essence of God in his or her own personality. The Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said, "Takhallaku bi akhlaqillah," imbibe the attributes of God. If Allah is the merciful God, as a worshipper of Allah, as someone who believes in Him, you should also show mercy.
I want parents of these days to be role model to their children. They must not, because of looking for worldly things, abandon their duties as mothers.
Freedom without a limit, without control, is destructive. Okay, I believe as a Muslim, definitely, I know that the Quran dictates how I do my everything. And as a system too, even with that, if we take religion out of it, we must lay down rules and regulations that will dictate and that will guide how we live our lives.
Ramadan is the most precious month in the Islamic calendar, in which the Holy Quran was first revealed.